Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone, here again at CEDIA 2023. Super excited to be at the awesome SVS booth, but also excited because we've got Nick Brown, Vice President of Marketing. How are you, Nick?
Really good, Joe. We are having a blast here in Denver.
I am loving this stack back here. Tell us a little bit about this.
You know what? We are SVS. We are known for our subwoofers, so we had to have something that people would come out to the show and want to take selfies with and want to be seen with, and so we stacked up a bunch of our ported subwoofers, going with our PB4000 right up to our PB1000 Pro, and then our SB16 up to our 3000 Micro. Again, just trying to show the range of subwoofers we have, because with different size rooms and different listening preferences, there is a subwoofer for everyone.
And when we finish this video, I'm going to want to take a selfie with the subwoofer stack.
You know, they've been a real attraction, so you know, we know how to draw people into the booth, and what's better than a 7-foot stack of subwoofers to kind of get people's attention.
Nice. Do you want to start showing some of the individual products?
Absolutely. We can head on into the booth here. And one thing I should say, Joe, is, you know, we're known for our subwoofers, but we really wanted to cultivate sort of a scenario here where you can get the full breadth of what SVS is all about. So this is actually a very unique driver configuration. You know, a lot of brands will do a 15 or an 18. We went 16 inches because we found that was the perfect ratio in order to get the maximum amount of output, but still have that pristine pinpoint control and get that accuracy that we really want. And one thing that allowed us to do that, it's the first consumer subwoofer ever to be made with an 8-inch edge-wound voice coil. And basically that allows us to have just absolutely precise control of that driver when you're moving just massive amounts of air. And so it's a really unique design that only SVS has used with that 8-inch voice coil, and it just makes it a rock-solid driver that can use every watt of that 1500 watt, 5000 watt peak power amplifier, which is driving to that driver itself. We also have what's become one of the fastest growing parts of the SVS business. These are our SoundPath Accessories, and I think not a lot of people think accessories and cables when they think about SVS, but the dealers who are coming out here and the folks who have come to love SVS, a lot of times will go connect everything they own with all of our different HDMI, our speaker cables, our XLRs, and then we have solutions for things like decoupling a subwoofer, which basically allows you to reduce room rattle. Maybe you have some neighbors who don't like bass as much as you. You can use a pair of these feet on your subwoofer and they'll decouple it from the floor and get rid of some of that room rattle. And then also wireless adapters to get rid of cable clutter as well. So you can get your cables, or you can get rid of your cables with SVS using our SoundPath line.
Nick, I want to emphasize one thing, if you don't mind. Whoops, oh, you can't reach in there. But those decouplers, that can be put with any subwoofer to tighten up and improve the sound, not just, obviously you're going to have a little bit less vibration for if you're in an apartment, but anybody can use that to get a tighter bass response than they would otherwise, correct?
That's a great point, Joe. And not only that, we have a lot of folks using them with turntables. We actually have our director of operations, he put them under his dryer because his dryer was moving around and causing some rattle in his room. So it's up to your creativity. People use them on loudspeakers, but anything that could be susceptible to vibrational energy would benefit from decoupling, and that's why the isolation system has been very popular for us.
One of the fastest growing speaker brands in the entire marketplace is SVS. So Nick, if you don't mind, let's talk speakers just a little bit.
Absolutely. So we have two full-on speaker lines, our Prime and our Ultra series, and we have all three of our towers on display here, starting with our Prime Pinnacle. And this is really sort of a hybrid of our Prime and Ultra series. We use the same driver material that we use in the Ultra for the mid-range up here, and then we use poly woofers as well as the aluminum dome tweeter. And then something that a lot of people don't know is all of our loudspeakers are timbre matched. So you can blend between the Prime and the Ultra series to create a system that's perfect for you. And that's really a benefit for folks, especially if you're running, say, Ultra Center Channel, Ultra Tower, but you want to add Prime Elevations, which has become one of our most popular speakers for height effects and Dolby Atmos and bringing in that immersive three-dimensional sound. So really, you know, the ability to mix and match between all of our different speaker lines to create a scenario that is perfect for your room has been a big benefit for folks who are shopping for SVS or speakers in general.
The fact that you can timbre match amongst your various speaker lines is actually huge, I think, because it allows you to upgrade over time as your budget allows.
That's
you don't have to
right.
worry about incorrectly matching the timbre, because if timbre is incorrectly matched, you're not going to get a realistic home theater experience.
You're right on, Joe. And you know, also people might start with a pair of bookshelves up front,
right,
and then move those to the rears, and then add a pair of towers for the fronts, and so it just gives you that versatility in terms of what's right for your system and what's right for your budget at any given time.
I love it. one of the products that we've been most impressed with at Gramophone actually are the wireless technology products that are not just a speaker, but also a system.
That's
so
right.
Can you take us in that direction?
Yeah, let's do it. These are our Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelf speakers, and these have been really a landmark product for SVS. They brought a lot of energy into the category, which has been dominated by a lot of background listening. And so what we've tried to do with this is true hi-fi over Wi-Fi, a modern audiophile experience, and it's great as an entry point for people because you don't need to buy a whole stack of equipment to run these. Everything is included in an all-in-one system here. So what it has is a 200 watt, 50 watt times 4 amplifier with an active digital crossover. And the way we're able to voice these, they sound absolutely huge. It's a relatively compact bookshelf speaker, but they sound like towers, and I can crank them up in a minute, but I don't want to drown myself out. For streaming technology, we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Airplay 2, Chromecast, so any kind of flavor of streaming that you want is available in there. Hardwire connections include HDMI, line level input, optical, subwoofer output. So again, trying to give all the connectivity, all the streaming functionality that you would need without having to have any separate components. And then you can control it with your smartphone, an IR remote, or the front panel here with custom presets even, much like a car radio. Bring up your favorite playlist, bring up your favorite podcast, whatever it is. You can do near field listening and have all that control at your disposal.
Nick, we've been blown away with this product in particular from you guys because, number one, whether your phone is an Android or an Apple doesn't make any difference because you've got both technologies, and I love the fact that you can throw in Bluetooth on top of it because who doesn't have friends that come over with all their music on their phones? So we love the flexibility that you guys have brought to our company at Gramophone, and I know how busy you are from how busy this booth is.
So one of the cool things about this is it's allowed a lot of new people to come into the industry because it's an entry point, and I know you folks are very committed to getting a new breed of audiophile excited about hi-fi, and Gramophone is one of the best places in the country, and trust me, I know I've been to a lot of hi-fi stores to experience just the best audio available, and you can hear the Prime Wireless Pro, you can hear other SVS products, but definitely check them out. They have some awesome service folks as well, and you won't be disappointed.
Nick, you are so kind.
Thank you.